So with the Season 3 update that we ended up receiving, not only did we get the big Season 3 update, but we ended up getting things in the back-end files hinting at what was going to be coming in upcoming seasons and in future updates. Now, we ended up receiving a leak for one of the biggest things that we are waiting for, and that is the next Warzone map that we're going to be receiving. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about all of them, every single one, the dates, and what they are going to be featuring, what locations they're going to have, and much more. Before we get into today's topic, a quick word from our sponsor, Messy Modding Store. It's a store that provides any and all Call of Duty services, such as Orion Camo, AFK lobbies, boosting services. They can even get you exclusive operators and bundles such as the Nuke Operator, the Burger King, as well as the Ghillie outfit. For the most reliable and swift Call of Duty services, check out Messy Modding. The link will be down in the description. So during the life cycle of Modern Warfare 2, we are set to receive 5 different Warzone maps. As of right now, we've already received 3 of them. There's going to be 2 left. Now, for these 2 left that are in the files, that's what we're going to be discussing. And the thing is the first one that we have is going to be a small scale one. So the next one we're going to be receiving is going to be a Rebirth/Resurgence type of map. Upon looking at the files, there's 5 different code names for different maps. The first one is Cruz, which can be teasing at Las Almas, which I'll be talking about in just a second. The second one that we have is Saba, which is Almas, the current map that we have right now. Biolab is the code name for Building 21. Then we have Delta, which is the code name for this next map, which we're going to be covering in today's video. And then the final one that we have is Sea Lion, which is code name for Ashika Island. So the first one that I want to talk about is going to be Delta. As you know, Delta is code name basically for the 4th. And that does make sense because this is the next Warzone map that we are going to be receiving before Las Almas. Now, the biggest update that we ended up receiving recently being the Season 3 update, not only did they add everything content-wise, they also added some things to prepare for upcoming seasons. They typically do this often, and that's how we get all the leaks and all of the intel early, because that's what they do. They add in preparation for these big updates that are going to be coming in. So I automatically, while we're barely playing Season 3, they're already in the back end files adding parts and pieces to upcoming seasons. Now, the leak we ended up getting right here says the 5th Warzone map that was codenamed Delta is called the Vondel, and it is set in the Netherlands. And then he ended up showing some photos in the files of the text. So it said Vondel, Netherlands, in the Europe. Unfortunately, I can't show this, but it says operation is called Vondel. And then they have 2 different game modes that are available already. It said Vondel Battle Royale Quads, and then it says Vondel Resurgence Trio. So this confirms to us that this is going to be a small scale map based on the game modes that are available right here, with Resurgence being one of them. Now, the first thing obviously anyone would do after seeing this information is jump straight into Google, search Vondel, looking for something somewhere in the Netherlands, Europe area regarding this name. The first thing that pops up when you search that is Vondel Park in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. So it makes sense that this is going to be the setting or the point that they are going to be using for the next Warzone map. It does make sense if you see the themes. They try to make them as different as possible when it comes to these maps. For example, we have Almas that's set in the Middle East. You have deserts. You have the whole setting matching the Middle Eastern terrain. And then you have Ashika Island matching the Japanese terrain. You see the foggy weather, the humid looking weather, and then that matches obviously that. They try to make every single experience different. Then we know that the next big map is most likely going to be Las Almas, which is going to be obviously Latin American, and that's going to follow that theme and that weather going on. So obviously it would make sense for the next map that we end up receiving to be something around European related theme, right? And the cool thing, when you search Call of Duty in Amsterdam, we already see in Modern Warfare 2 they actually ended up having a mission that ended up taking place in Amsterdam and matches the theme of the current location that this map is pretty much set to be arriving in. So that, I feel like, is pretty cool. Having it feel like a completely different vibe would make sense. We would love a brighter Resurgence type of map rather than the standard dull Ashika Island that we have right now. Now, the cool thing is we don't know exactly how big this map is, but something tells us that it's going to probably be the same size as around Fortune's Keep. When you look at Vondel Park, you see that it's very limited to the size. You can't imagine it being that big. Obviously, we know it's going to be a Resurgence map. I don't think it's going to be bigger than Ashika Island. Ashika Island's already pretty large in my opinion, so I feel like if they made it a little bit smaller, that would match more of Rebirth Island a little bit better, and that would be something people would be more willing to try out, more willing to play, and it would bring in that fast-paced gameplay that everyone has been wanting to see in this game so far. Now, as of right now, let's go ahead and talk about the date of this. So let's talk about when it could potentially be releasing. Currently, with the scheduling that we have, we know in Season 1 we ended up getting Almas, we got Building 21, In Season 2, we ended up receiving Ashika Island, so that ended up coming in very quickly. And then now we know with Season 3, we aren't going to be receiving a new map. They're going to be focusing more towards game modes and multiplayer. So instead of adding a new map, they're going to be adding rank. They're also going to be adding plunder, different things to do during the duration of Season 3 and Season 3 Reloaded. Now, when you looked at the scheduling that ended up previously leaking, that means that we are only going to have time for 2 more seasons. So Season 3, as of right now, is set to end on June 14th. And then that means June 15th, we're going to be seeing the start of the next season, which is Season 4. That's going to be going on for 2 months. So that means it's going to be going up until August 15th. Then at August 15th, we're going to get Season 5. That's going to be going on until October. And then October is around the time when brand new Call of Duties launch. And that's when they usually come out. So the thing is, we have 2 seasons for them to add this content in. There's 2 more maps that are going to be coming in. And the next one that's going to be added is none other than Vondel, because the code name of it is Delta. That means it's going to be the 4th map. We already have 3 in the game. This one most likely being added in the 4th season, which makes sense because they skipped Season 3, not adding any new maps. Season 4, they add a brand new map. Season 5, we don't receive a map. And then the launch of Season 6 technically is going to be COD 2023, and that's going to be giving us the 5th and final map, which is going to end up being Las Almas. Now, the reason why we believe that's going to be the 5th and final map, because that is going to be the big Warzone map that we are waiting on right now. Obviously, there's a bunch of different name locations that we're already seeing that are going to be a part of it. For example, Mercado in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, that is going to be one of those locations. It's obviously going to be Latin American themed. And then on top of that, we do know that there's going to be other big maps that we're waiting for, a part of the COD 2023 expansion, such as Favela, that will potentially be available that match the theme of that as well. So that is going to be its own big battle royale map, which is obviously going to be releasing at the same time that the next Call of Duty releases, COD 2023, so that way they can hype it up, get some sales, and get everyone hyped up about all these new locations that are going to be coming in, about all these different places. Las Almas is definitely hype. People have been waiting for it, looking forward to it. If you played multiplayer campaign and things like that, you definitely want to see that map coming in. So that's something that they know that they want to take advantage of, and that will be releasing with the next COD 2023. So that means Vondel Park is the next map update we are going to be getting, and I personally believe that that is going to be available in Season 4. That's just my guess. It makes perfect sense. Season 4 adding new maps. Season 5, they do a bunch of events and things like that, hype up betas, trailers, things like that for COD 2023. Then Season 6 is basically COD 2023. They bring in the brand new big map, and that makes sense to me. And then they obviously reset all of the new content, brand new seasons from the beginning, and everything relating to the next Call of Duty. So that, in my opinion, would make the most sense in terms of scheduling. I can't see them holding off on this map and bringing it in all the way until like Season 5. They obviously are trying to bring in things such as content as early as possible. For example, maps that weren't even supposed to release as early as they did end up getting released. Almas wasn't even supposed to come out as early as it did. It ended up getting released. They're trying to bring in content as early as possible to bring the player base back. So in my opinion, if the leaks are accurate, if we are going to be receiving this new map, I definitely do believe we are going to be getting that in Season 4. As soon as we get more information, obviously when Season 3 Reloaded update drops, we'll have even more information regarding that, especially if it's going to be coming in Season 4. We're probably going to know some locations, we might have some photos, we might have some teasers, and we might get more information. But as of right now, take everything with a grain of salt. Everything is not guaranteed. Obviously, if it's in the files, doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. Activision devs themselves have not confirmed it yet, so we do have to wait until official announcement to know for sure if something like this is actually going to happen. But what I can tell you is we are going to be receiving 2 maps, whether it's going to be a Vondel Park or if it's going to be in Las Almas. Definitely just expect some new maps and some new content that's going to be coming in. But that's all I got for you guys in today's video. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you found the video informative and helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this map is going to be a good one? Do you think it's going to be as good as Fortune's Keep? And do you think it could be potentially better? But anyways, it's been your boy Trizzle. Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.